And we're back on our episode of NBA 2K14. In the last episode, the boy Winter Thunder win over the Knicks in a close game. Kevin Durant hit the game-winning shot as KD got 29 and Westbrook got 29. In the second game, meanwhile, the Spurs beat the Rockets as Tim Duncan got 31 and Tony Parker got 33, Ginobili got 22, and James Harden got 28. And now, the last game, the Christmas game, we're heading to Oracle Arena in Oakland. We got the California rivalry right now in the game. They are on the way to Oracle Arena for the final Christmas game, and tomorrow will be the last game of the 2013 schedule and the next game. And so there will be, more importantly, will be play on Wednesday, January 8th. We will have a Mavericks Spurs and the Lakers Rockets. The Lakers, and again, stop doing with the disconnected right now. We're gonna keep continue disconnected on left trigger. So more importantly, they will have a flex game right now as Phoenix Suns and Minnesota Timberwolves. They will be removed on January 8th, replacing by LA Lakers and the Houston Rockets, and the Dallas Mavericks San Antonio Spurs will be one flex game. That will be flex matchup, Lakers Rockets, and followed by the Mavericks Spurs will be good. So the first game on Wednesday, May 14, as a break off the May 12 and 13 will not allow that. So importantly, there will be not allowed for May 12 and May 13 will be rest of the upload, and there will be they will resume the upload on May 14. So next game on our hand, we got a one upload at a time, one game. We got the last game of the Christmas matchup featuring the California rivalry. It features Chris Paul and Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers take on Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors. This would be the last matchup between those two teams. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, and now we are sending over to Kevin Harlan here at the Oracle Arena in Oakland. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video, and now here we go. Here he is. And once again, I'm meaning that Clippers gonna use blue and Warriors gonna use yellow. That should be interesting. Here we go.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got basketball. I'm Damon Bruce. Merry Christmas. It's time for a little holiday basketball action. It'll be the Los Angeles Clippers facing off against the Golden State Warriors. I'll catch you later for the halftime show.
Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. With our Santas Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Chris Paul.
Well, you know, one of the toughest commodities to find in this league, Kevin, is a great point guard, not only on the floor, but off the floor. Chris Paul is a model leader. He's a guy who is probably as talented as any point guard in the league. But his leadership qualities, I think, put him over the top.
You know, it isn't just the inspiration off the court or making big-time baskets. I mean, the way he passes is infectious to his team. I mean, it's contagious.
And for the last crowd of the day, we got the color crown for the Warriors. It looks like they are their yellow and blue patch from the shirts, and you see the shirts are motto said, "We are loud, proud Warriors." You see we got the yellow shirts and their names, and you see the Golden State Warriors on the logo, and look at the shirts, the fans of the Stephen Curry shirts. And the other hand, right now, you see the Warriors are the hoop. That was very nice. And all the crowds right there, and look at the patch for the Golden State Warriors. Would you like the mod? Do you like this one? So that would be good. So now, let's back and resume the action. Let's go.
It usually ends up permeating the whole team. Same goes for his defense. I mean, he'll come up with that big steal and can completely change the momentum with the kind of plays he can make at both ends of the floor.
The fans are making noise here inside the Oracle Arena for their Warriors. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
Well, there's no place like home, Kevin. It's always nice to be in familiar surroundings around those that cheer for you, your family and friends. See, home is home. There's no place like it.
Well, you're sleeping in your own bed. You're not flying into a new city and landing at 3 o'clock in the morning after playing a tough game. So you're much more comfortable, and you've got to take advantage of that and win some home games.
Here's Bogut, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Steph Curry is virtually impossible to defend. I mean, you can hit from anywhere on the floor. In the gym range, personified with Curry. Mid-range jumpers are like layups to him. And inside, he's got the floater finger roll and the runner. You always expect his shots to go in. It's like watching a game of horse at full speed when the highest stakes are on the line.
Here's Curry, following the score by Jamal Crawford. Right side Curry, from past the arc, another 3 for Golden State.
That's like a layup for him. It's just wide open out there.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And Steve, shooting no doubt, Curry's forte. He narrowly missed the All-Star game last season. I mean, I can't believe he didn't get elected, and he seemed to be the one glaring miss. When you watch this game, where can he improve?
I think offensively, he's got the whole package. I think it's at the other end of the floor where he can probably improve. He needs to compete a little bit more defensively, but that's tough to do when you're handling so much of the offensive load for your team. But he's got to find a little more balance, I think, between his offense and his defense.
Iguodala, another 3 for Golden State.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back and forth sequence right there.
Here's Barnes, powered down with both hands.
Watch out below. Get out of his way now.
No way that he was going to... slow him down.
Not that time. They weren't about to take those points away from him.
You know, it's very rare that you're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference. And the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
Barnes can't get it to go.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
That's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Mark Jackson. He knows that the challenge for his team in this game will be to slow down Blake Griffin, who he described as instant momentum. With Griffin being such a handful physically, they plan to limit his ability to get any space around the basket and hopefully cut down those powerful drives toward the rim.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, and for the Warriors who fought so hard to get back into the playoffs, last year their 28-24 record against the rest of the West really helped their cause team.
Well, the toughest part of the Warriors' last campaign was a rough stretch of games in February where they dropped off a bit in the race. And, you know, a lot of those games were against Western teams. And if you kind of remove that month, their in-conference record is even more impressive.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Let's see one more at the free throw line. Puts on Darren Collison, and the Clippers making a switch here. Zeele's checked in.
You know, you go through the regular season, guys, and set all sorts of records for your franchise and wins and winning streaks and all that. You win your division for the first time ever, your first 50-win season, and what do you get for it? Bounced in the first round of the playoffs. It's still progress, though, and I think the Clippers will use that for motivation this season.
Cool. Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like it.
Odom against O'Neal. Outside Odom. Kicks it to Collison. He dishes it to Dudley. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Just 5 on the clock. Odom, the pass to Barnes. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Barnes has got 13 points. Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers got up 2-zip on the Grizzlies, but all of a sudden it came to a crashing halt. The Steelers have dropped 4 consecutive games, and just like that, we're out of the postseason.
Yeah, injuries played a part. Blake Griffin sprained his ankle, but I think the Clippers were exposed a little bit too. They were limited offensively on the front line. maybe not quite enough shooting, but that's why they made the moves in the offseason, and they're looking to pick up and make some improvement in that regard.
Douglas for three, and another three for Golden State.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And the Clippers getting another bucket right there. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Nuggets.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting. Look at the numbers. Impressive.
And guys, they've taken a huge step forward at the free throw line this season, especially when you compare it to last season. They're a completely different team in that area.
Odom, the pass to Bullock. There's the feed to Wayans. Floats one, and the rejection by Ezeli. Up in time. What a play.
Boy, a big bonus for them to end the quarter as he beats the buzzer.
Talk about maximizing every last possession you've got. Right there, it was done.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top, leading by just one. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a special New Year's Eve NBA celebration. Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs next Tuesday, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
And we're ready to get rolling once again here for a Christmas Day matchup. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Malik Wayans out there with Willie Green. Then it's Odom. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Barnes kicks to Ezeli. The dish to Barnes, and the pass to Curry. Feeds it to Iguodala. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And that's 11 points for Andre Iguodala.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris. What do you have?
Thanks, guys. Stephen Curry is the son of famed sharpshooter Del Curry. And in Steph's sophomore year in high school, his dad made him change his shooting motion from his chest to above his head to make it harder to block. Of his change, Steph said, I really couldn't shoot outside the paint for like the first 3 weeks. All summer when I was at camp, people were like, who are you? Why are you playing basketball? I was really that bad for a month and a half before I finally figured it out. And guys, as fast as he gets that thing off, he can probably shoot it from his ankles.
Yeah, he can do it all. Thanks, Doris.
His confidence really at an all-time high. And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other. They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah. In fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota. It plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
And that one's good. Barnes.
Yeah, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A drive by Paul. Here's Bullock. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 6th assist on the night. And the Santa Cruz Warriors, as they've been renamed, have been a hit. You know, Clark leading the D-League in revenue, making the D-League finals last season.
And you know, with all of the D-League games now broadcast on YouTube, the exposure for players in the D-League better than ever. And for the Warriors to have their D-League affiliates so close by gives them a much better opportunity to develop their young talent.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too. Clark, we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, a lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
Here's Nedovic. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Nedovic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
The drive by Paul. He kicks to Dudley. Crawford with the ball. Now guarded by Douglas. Ball outside. And there's the call on Tony Douglas. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Here's Griffin. Barnes puts the lead pass in front of him. Dudley. Good. Got the jump shot. Dudley's got 11.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I'll tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
Paul kicks to Dudley. He passes to Griffin. Hogan with the block. Dudley against Iguodala. It's tipped and stolen by Barnes. And pushing it out, here's Los Angeles. Crawford's shot is good.
Oh, he's explosive, Kevin. A lot of time, all it takes is a basket or two to really get his motor running. And suddenly, he becomes almost impossible to handle.
Not to mention, guys, he's got those rush hour handles. He can get in a lot of tight spaces the way he handles that ball. He's able to dissect the defense with ease.
And for Mark Jackson, there have been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling, and Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him, and that's most of the battle right there.
Step back and square up. 10 points for Steph Curry. There's 47 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And he jams it with authority.
Textbook example. There of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for the Clippers. And that one's good, Barnes.
He still has not missed a shot. Where would they be without him?
On the wing, Iguodala. Back to Curry, on the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. 16 points for Steph Curry. Collison gets to Redick. It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good. Both free throws good for Redick.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Here's Iguodala, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Andre Iguodala on a roll.
Reddick with it, and there's the rejection. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Warriors lead by 10. Make sure you stay tuned for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. Then we'll be back here right after that for the second half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
I hope everybody got what they wanted for Christmas morning. Here's one present from me to you, all wrapped up in a halftime report. The Golden State Warriors are ahead against Los Angeles. They're looking to solidify their postseason position right now. They're sitting in 6th place in the conference standings. Stephen Curry on cruise control in this one against the Clippers. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. On the Clippers side of things, they're managing to hang around. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. Matt Barnes not having any problems out there. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. Now let's take off with some other games in progress around the league. San Antonio battling in a close one against the Houston Rockets. Things are pretty close out there in the third quarter of action. A look now at some games that are already in the books. It was the Heat with a win against the Lakers in LA, and they keep this terrific streak going. Can they sustain it? LeBron James, their leading scorer. And another game that also finished up. Over in New York, it was the Knicks losing to the Thunder. Only 2 points short in the end, and their top scorer was Carmelo Anthony. That's it for me here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the start of the third quarter.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A view of the Bay Bridge spanning from San Francisco over to the East Bay and Oakland.
Some fantastic numbers for Barnes. He has 17 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
Yeah, guys, did you know that the Clippers winning the Pacific Division last year was the first time it's ever happened? Yeah, you heard it right.
Good point, Clark.
That's the first time the Clippers have ever won the Pacific Division.
Steph, Clay, and Dre. On the perimeter. Bogut out there with Harrison Barnes. That's the Warriors' 5. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Guys, Doc Rivers, the new head coach of Los Angeles Clippers, said after last season, quote, there were times last year when they were the best team in the league. So I clearly think this is an extremely talented basketball team. But can we do that now in the postseason as opposed to just the regular season? That'll be the true test, gentlemen.
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks. And what a time to be a Clipper fan these days, guys, with the way they've climbed to the very top of the Pacific Division. And, Steve, they've done it by beating up on the rest of the teams in that Pacific.
Well, Golden State gave them some trouble, Kevin, but otherwise they really rolled against the rest of the Pacific Division. And I'll tell you, it became clear within a few months last season that the Clips were going to run away with the Pacific. And what a long time coming for Clipper fans.
5 to shoot. Thompson dishes to Barnes. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Curry outside. That falls. Nicely that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got his 5th assist in this one. Well, you've seen some terrific offensive basketball over the last month. A lot of it thanks to the assist numbers put up by these point guards during that time. Steph Curry 4th.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. That's not lost on these guys. It's all about team basketball with them.
You know, Steve, the court vision all of these players possess is outstanding. That, to me, is the most important attribute an effective point guard can have, and they all have it in spades.
So a moment now to check out the story of Blake Griffin. This past month or so, he's really given the fans a lot to watch. 3rd in blocks, 12th in scoring, and there aren't too many guys more efficient offensively around the league. He's in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And you address this spot as one of the leaders in average blocks per game, Steve. I'll tell you what, that makes a huge difference on the team's defense. When you got a shot blocker in there, it can change things for you. Tell you what, it had to be one of the best shooting performances of last season and perhaps even the last 10 years or so when Steph Curry dropped 54 on the Knicks and made 11 threes on that night and everything was dropped.
Thompson. Again, Golden State.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. One of those guys who, if you give him an inch, I mean, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
And another specialty of his is the three ball from the corner. That's his signature shot.
And Clark mentioned the 54-point game for Curry. Sometimes performances like that can elevate a player's confidence to a new level. Steve, wouldn't you say that? I mean, it had to be incredibly empowering.
Especially when you do it in that building,
Yes.
at the mecca of basketball. And I think we saw what it did for Curry's confidence down the stretch and into the playoffs, where he really elevated his game to another level.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Matt Barnes. Iguodala with the steal. Thompson against Odom. Back to Curry. Pass to Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 6 points for Barnes.
Hey, look at the terrific outside shooting for the Golden State Warriors. That's where the league is going, what we've seen. Spread the floor, penetrate and kick. And so tough to guard anyone with that kind of floor spacing, but the Warriors in particular with those magical three-point shooters.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Another three for Golden State.
They've really come out of halftime with the eye of the tiger. Plenty of fire in their eyes and tremendous focus and intensity.
Curry against Paul. Pass to Crawford. He feeds it to Odom. And again, it's the Clippers from deep. Now going back to the value of long-range shooting, the new defensive philosophies teams have put into place in recent years, Clark, have really put a premium on it.
No question about it. I mean, you think about how teams defend. They load up on the strong side of the floor to deter drive and post-ups, trying to have guys in the gaps and in the lane. And that creates opportunities for the three-point shot, and the Warriors took full advantage of that.
I love talking about this stuff, the X's and O's.
It's always fun,
I
man.
know it. Passes it to Thompson. From 15 feet away. Rebound by the Clippers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that last meeting, they won the game, and remember, it was a huge day for the bench. I mean, they got some key points from their reserves.
From 15 feet away, and it's Golden State with another.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Steve talked about the contribution they got from their bench in winning this matchup last time, Clark, and it was a great game for them in that regard.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, the depth they have was apparent on that day. I mean, there was no drop-off when they went to their bench, and the coach has to be extremely confident knowing that his reserves can handle their weight.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
Boy, you look at the Clippers, and they clearly are one of the most entertaining teams in the NBA. One of the outstanding team shows you'll see. They have fun, they're up and down, but they're a hard-working group, and a lot of that you have to attribute to their leader, Chris Paul.
Green passes to Waynes. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Odom. A stupendous finish in traffic. Odom's got 5 points now in the quarter.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in the second half. And I basketball, taking it inside. You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
Well, Clark, as you were taking a look at the Clippers, they are a fun team, an amazing product so far with big names all around. But, you know, Steve, they've got to work hand in hand to make sure they're always at their best and not take things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress. You've got a young front line in Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, great point guard in Paul, but the new additions have helped, and I think it'll be interesting to see if this team can gel during the playoffs.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit. That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
And Los Angeles with some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Redick comes in for Lamar Odom. And it's Collison in for Malik Williams. Collison inside, defended by Douglas. That's good. And that's now 21 points for Barnes.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
That's the bucket. And the Warriors lead by 18. And so here are the Clippers. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of there was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. Free runs to the hoop they got.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Warriors on top. They lead by 18. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
It's a special New Year's Eve NBA celebration. The Milwaukee Bucks hit the road for a duel with the Los Angeles Lakers. More NBA next Tuesday.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. Collison is out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Barnes in at the 3-set. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And that sends Draymond Green to the free throw line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Well, the Warriors going to the playoffs last season for just the second time in 19 seasons, guys. Pretty incredible and remarkable, too, but it seems, as Mark Jackson said, that things be a-changing in the Bay Area and for the better.
Clippers trailed by 21. Dishes it to Redick. Wide open. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
Kicks to Griffin. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And for the Warriors, a scrappy, hard-fought win over the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. They also, Steve, gave the Spurs a lot of trouble in the second round.
They sure did. That series might have turned out a lot different if it hadn't collapsed in game 1. But the Warriors showed tremendous resilience in bouncing back and really making that series so competitive.
And the Clippers call time here.
The difference between being a dominant or a good team and mediocrity is the ability to win on the road. The Clippers secured their spot as one of the NBA's elite teams last season because they showed the ability to get it done on the road.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Redick. And it's Paul in for Darren Collison. Griffin with the steal. And here we go. Crawford all alone.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark Power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Warriors leading by 16. And the Clippers with one of the better road records in the Western Conference last year, going 24-17. Steve actually tied for the second most road wins in the West, only behind the Thunder.
And believe it or not, Kevin, it's the first time the Clippers franchise has ever had a winning record on the road. Actually, I do believe that when you think back to Clipper history. But I'll tell you what, it's a team on the rise, and it's a very interesting club to watch.
Boy, they're going on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
It's stolen by Curry. The finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Sometimes, guys, you can forget he's out there, and all of a sudden, bang, he'll string together 3 or 4 shots in a row and just take over the game.
And you can't forget, this guy is always on the prowl defensively, looking to pick you off if you get too casual and loose with the ball. He kind of gets in your head that way.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Iguodala kicks to Green. Curry, defended by Paul. He dishes it to Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, they've come out of halftime just smoking hot from behind the arc.
Hey, trust me on this one, partner. They are going to continue to let him fly.
It's Curry with the drive. They kick it out to Green. And another 3 for Golden State.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, Steve.
I'll say the defense has been ineffective trying to run shooters off that three-point line. It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
Curry dishes to O'Neal. That's good. O'Neal's got 4 points in the quarter.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Paul. And that's now 25 points for Barnes.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
For the Clippers, Odom comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Dudley subbed in for Matt Barnes. Curry passes to Iguodala. Back to Curry. Fires for 3. Good on the shot. Curry's got 29.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
Gets it to go.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively. What they've got going right now is not getting it done.
This defense is giving their shooters free rein to operate from behind the arc.
That's right. I think it's time for them to start closing down. You've got to run shooters off of that three-point line. Look at the size discrepancy there between the defender and the shooter.
Well, those are warm-up jumpers. When there's not a hand in his face, he'll knock those down all day.
And the Warriors take on 2 more.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
And stolen by Barnes. Pushing it up. Stephen Curry again. Curry's got 33.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Odom kicks to Collison. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
This run probably just a case of too little too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
And that's an intentional foul.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute.
Green dishes to Odom. A beautiful reverse layup.
Oh, he got him. Gorgeous reverse.
17 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Bazemore. So we see the Warriors taking the lead. Not much to be critical of with this ring, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
What a huge dominate here in Oracle Arena in Oakland as the Golden State Warriors dominate the outlast LA Clippers 125-104. You see he got injury heal for who's that? Greg Smith and Marcus Camby. No! Marcus Camby is out for 6 and 8 weeks after he lost the Spurs. He will be unable to play. Broken Joe. Markham Lee, Pekovic, Now Oj is now available for hamstring. Unfortunately, forgot because you need to check if some David Lee is in here. Yeah, I was reserved. So we're gonna be switching to a Zilly for now. Or we're gonna keep Draymond Green. I forgot because of mistake right here because I will switch to Sprates for now. So check out David Lee during a injury here. And gonna switch Harrison Barnes down to 15 minutes to replace David Lee. And switching everything for me. So let's check out some view box scores in the last game. Lee is unsettled, cannot play after in reserve. Curry got 33 and 13. Iguodala got 25 points. Barnes got 25. And Lamar Odom got 17. Crawford got 15. What a huge dominate for the Golden State Warriors. Let's check what happened to David Lee's return. Yeah, that will be right now. A bunch of reads right now. There will be good game. It's gonna be good. So now we're on our way. The last game from 2013 season. We're off. The first game hit Houston, and the second game we're off to Portland. For the first game we'll be flying out. So let's skip the Hawks and Cavaliers. It's the Hawks will win 89-89. 18 points for Tristan Thompson. Kyrie Irving got 15-14. Dion Waiters got 14. And Paul Millsap got 37-11. And Lou Williams got 25. I forgot because David Lee put the starting lineups because of reserve after injury fresh. Injury removing. So let's see what now Warriors. You see Klay Thompson still hurt right now. And unfortunately, CJ McCollum will not play again because of injury due to the broken toe. Something said injuries right now. And now you see what's going on here. Jeremy Lin and Marcus Camby, they're a nightmare for the Rockets, but except that for the Chandler Parsons still hurt. Some injury updates right here, and Devin Harris not yet to return because of Achilles. As soon as possible, Melo Wood Peace will be out for the play. And you see Dwayne Wade is still injury right now, fortunately. Let's check out the All-Star vote on December. We got some backcourt. Kobe Bryant, Jerome Green, Stephen Curry, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Tony Parker, Klay Thompson, Jeremy Lin. And for the front court, for the West, we got Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwight Howard, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, Marc Gasol, Blake Griffin, and DeMarcus Cousins. And for the East, backcourt, Jason Richardson, Rajon Rondo, Darren Williams, Kemba Walker, Kyrie Irving, Derrick Rose, Paul George, John Wall, Brandon Knight, and Brandon Jennings. And last but not least, the front court, Carmelo, LeBron, Josh Smith, Millsap, Kit Gilchrist, Rudy Gay, Danny Granger, Nerlens Noel, Turner, and Bynum. And for players of the week, we'll still wait for the final between the 28 and 4. And the players of the month, we'll see the winner will find out right there next month, and the rookies as well. There's no translation report. Corey wants to trade with the block. Check out some league leaders. Kevin Durant still in the lead along with Westbrook and the Thunder member. That's good. So let's check out some standings right now as the Rockets snap the 11-game winning skid, lose to the Spurs 19-11, and now we're preparing bounce back win against Grizzlies. As the Grizzlies currently the 7th seed right now. The Pelicans are the 8th seed. And the second game, that will be a good showdown. That should be the Eastern Conference semifinal paper. That should be Western Conference semifinal pay-per-view. It's gonna be a good matchup here in Portland. So Miami's still the first place, 19-game winning streak. They only have one loss of the season. They lose the Dallas Mavericks. And they see my last short video right here. LeBron James at the last second shot to stun the Lakers to keep the winning streak alive. So that will be wrapped up for the Christmas games here in Oakland. And now, we'll see the last game tomorrow, and then more importantly, no games on May 12 and 13 will be rest of the games. And May 14th will resume, including the flex games here in Houston. The Lakers and Rockets will replace against the Suns, and the Timberwolves will replace the Lakers and Rockets. So now, next game tomorrow, it will be the last game of the year 2013, and importantly, there will be no games for May 12th and May 13th. So first game on our hand, we're heading to Toyota Center in Houston. First game, we got Marc Gasol and Mike Conley of the Memphis Grizzlies take on Dwight Howard and James Harden of the Houston Rockets, and followed by the second game of the day, we're off to Portland, Oregon. We got some good Western Conference duo featuring once again Blake Griffin and Chris Paul of the Los Angeles Clippers take on Damian Lillard and Marcus Aldridge of the Portland Trail Blazers. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as we wrap up the Christmas as the NBA playoffs continue. Cavaliers get a must-win in game number 3, win over the Pacers, and followed by the Nuggets stun in game 3 in overtime against the Thunder, winning by 9 points. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Golden State Warriors dominate the Los Angeles Clippers. Final score 125-104. This is Andre Kenshin. Say something for Rose. Say something for Arena in Oakland. We'll see you tomorrow for the last game of the 2013 season of the year for the Memphis Grizzlies and the Houston Rockets, followed by the LA Clippers take on the Portland Trail Blazers. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and reminder, first game we're heading to Toyota Center for the Memphis Grizzlies and the Houston Rockets, followed by the Los Angeles Clippers and the Portland Trail Blazers. Sign up and peace out. Good night.